Let's get this going.
第二场
The
各位，
countdown has begun. Soon the game will be loading. And we're going to see if Sen can make a comeback here against Loner, who played very well in that game.
You know, the fact that Loner got the win on Metalopolis, that cannot sit well with Sen. That's going to be the best map out of this pool for him. But we have Xel'Naga Caverns coming up, and this is actually one of the best maps. We see this played in almost every tournament.
Down here at the bottom left, we have Sen, currently down one game. Does anybody think Sen can come back from this? And up here at the top right, it's a one-on-one map. They know each other's starting locations. Is Loner, was anybody impressed with Loner's stellar play in that game?
各位画质有没有好一点？
Well, I know I was Stasis. This guy, he is such a good Terran, and I actually can't wait to see how far he can get in this tournament. And then he's just going to fly back, go to Korea, play more of the GSL.
有就好。那么专心来看比赛吧。
Perfect opportunity for me to do shameless plugging. Have you guys seen the GSL? Check out the GSL. It's at gomtv.net. It's a tournament. Artosis and I, Cass, we both live in Seoul. The best Koreans and non-Koreans participating out there. Loner, one of the members of our tournament.
Indeed, you know, I really think that this tournament is going to be a big time for Loner to shine. We said it yesterday, we'll say it again. This is the first time that we've had players from so many different servers able to join together and spar with this many different styles. And we've seen Loner just tear through some of the top players of their respective regions. Sen, honestly, not only is the best player in Taiwan in my eyes, but probably one of the best players, period. And honestly, I think Sen is going to have at least a little bit of comfort going into this match right now, as he is on Xel'Naga Caverns. Big spread out map. Zergs are very, very happy on Xel'Naga.
You know, and one thing I want to say, and this is actually hard to swallow, but I think Sen might be underrated. He definitely is one of the best Zergs in the world, but living over in Taiwan, we don't get a lot of coverage of events that he plays in, and mostly right now people are watching the events, you know, in Europe, in USA, and in Korea, and Sen is in any of those locations. So really one of the very best Zergs, definitely a player of the caliber of, you know, Fruit Dealer, Hydra, players like that.
Faceless, day 9.
Those guys, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Here's a tech lab on the way here for the Terran. He did not opt to make the first Marine. So I think it's quite possible we're going to see a Reaper. Nice. Steals the extractor. So, well, he makes an extractor on the, he stole his gas. So basically, that means the Terran's tech options are now limited. Now note, this is very important on this map. Notice we have the entrance here, but look at how large this area is that you have to defend around the hatchery. Very big. If the Terran is going for the 2 barracks play and is going to be aggressive with it, he's going to need to have very solid defense on all corners, and he has to make sure he can't run up the ramp and then take out drones over here.
This is a really interesting play by Loner. In his main, he is making a Reaper out of that barracks, but it looks like he is just going for a second barracks. Very uncommon in this matchup, but that gas steal by Sen, so brilliant. Even yesterday, we were talking about how the second gas timing is the biggest signifier of what strategy you're going to be doing. So immediately, Sen knows that there's not going to be any huge Banshee plays or huge mech plays, and his Reaper is coming to the expansion to do a little bit of damage and pick off these lanes.
That's right, and another Reaper being made right now, so we're actually going to see some Reaper play out of Loner. A little bit bizarre. Right now, you can't get the Reaper speed until you have a factory, and having that gas stolen is not going to be something you can really do right now. So Sen right now chasing off this Reaper with a couple lings, but good micro by Loner, taking out every ling Sen has.
The Reaper's getting pretty low on HP, and we're still waiting to see that second Reaper get down there. I think the Queen's going to have no problem defending from this Reaper. As you can see here, takes it out.
And this is how confused Sen is. He's sending in an Overlord to figure out exactly what's going on. 2 barracks plays like, what, are you going to rush me? No, a command center is being made. Just a kind of interesting, safer expansion being done by Loner.
2 more barracks.
Oh my goodness.
Excuse me, 3 more barracks.
5 barracks total. And you know, I actually think this is a very smart play. On this map, the spaces are so wide, so spread out, that you have a lot of room to micro those Marines and Marauders. And as we've seen in every matchup the Loner has played, his Marine Marauder micro is phenomenal, and he's going to use these Reapers to deny scouting, pick off lings, pick off drones, and that way Sen is going to be completely in the dark as to what he is up to.
Yeah, that's a great use of those Reapers, and I like the fact that he waited until the Overlord was gone to throw up all 3 racks at once. It's going to be a little bit surprising to Sen how quickly units are actually coming out of there after scouting 2 barracks at that time.
He's going to try to take out some drones here, using the drones actually to block. A lesser Zerg player would have ran, but he actually did a nice block. And I think we're going to see a pretty tough timing attack here from Loner. Remember, this region here very large. It can be very tough to defend on all corners.
Yeah, I like the upgrades we see going on right now. Loner is getting concussive shells and mostly Marines being made. Look at this, scouting with that Reaper. But what he's going to do is try to tank all the Roach damage with the Marauders and let the Marines deal damage to the Roaches and try to do a nice little timing push early on.
Oh, Loner has such good micro with that Reaper. He just got to do the entire run-through of the base, and does get taken out by the natural, but he saw all that he needed to, and Loner doing some very smart position, brilliant positioning. Notice how these two supply depots create a funnel, blocking off all units, and Sen does not want to be aggressive. That's why Loner got the concussive shell first. Any little poke Sen does, he will lose a few units. So smart of him to get that concussive shell first. I actually would have ended up going for the stim first, but now I see why that is a mistake. Can easily pick off some of those Roaches.
And we see that Sen actually right now, he is getting Zergling speed and a lair. When he sees how many Marines are there, realistically, he should transition into Banelings and get Baneling speed as soon as possible.
He barely managed to keep that Overlord alive on, I guess this is the Xel'Naga Cavern, since this is the map called Xel'Naga Caverns. Keeps it alive over there. Two Roaches come in here. They just want to keep the Terran army back in the Terran's base, not being aggressive.
And that was actually a good harassment job. Killed a few SCVs, stopped mining for a bit, but most importantly, stopped some mule mining. Every time that you make the mules stop mining, they're going to lose at least 30 minerals that they would have gotten from it otherwise.
Terran is now going for the push. I think that harassment from Sen might give him the chance to get enough units up here. Actually, I don't think Sen has enough units to hold this. He needs to produce.
Oh no, he's making drones. He has some Zerglings in the queue, but he is making some drones as well. He's trying to make as many Zerglings as he can. It looks like Stim is almost done. It's getting extremely close. Just now finishes. Does he have combat shield as well? No, he does not. He is researching it though, and it looks like there's the Stim. And oh my goodness, where are all of Sen's units? He's going to have to bring everything drones, Zerglings, Queens if he wants to hold this off.
Look at that micro. This is unbelievable. He's going to take out his units. He can go behind the bushes too.
Yeah, this is a very smart attack timing by Loner. Going to take out that Queen. Only a few Roaches left, and they are not very good right now against these Marauders. Kiting so beautifully here from Loner, and Sen is in a lot of trouble. We may see him just irreparably damaged from this attack.
Looks like more Roaches are popping out right now. Drones trying to hop into the fray, but the problem is Loner's units are low on health. They cannot afford another Stim, but I do not know if it will matter. There's just almost nothing left in Sen's base. He's trying to make Roaches and Zerglings as fast as he can. Here's another stream of Roaches and units. A few more units Stim from behind. And Sen, is he actually going to defend this? He has a few Roaches out. He's lost so many Queens, and Sen with the miracle does manage to stay alive, but the damage seems to have been dealt. And there's a good game.
Though. Unfortunately, Sen lost too many drones there to recover from that attack.
Yeah.
It was cool that he held it off though, but he was dead. So.
Yeah, when you lose like 20 drones just like that and your Queen, you're just not going to be able to replace them. You're not going to be able to beat a player as good as Loner.
Yeah, and you know, that same sort of timing push that we saw Boxer do against Fruit Dealer, Loner really made use of in this game. Zergs don't have Banelings up early. Zergs are wanting to make a lot of drones at the start of the game, and Loner just made 5 barracks, didn't even take a second gas anytime soon, just wanted to make as many Marines and Marauders as he could and hit at that key point. And honestly, even if Sen was prepared, that would have been the great equalizer for Loner. He would have done the damage by forcing Sen to make so much defense. That's just a very, very crisp push by Loner.
Yeah, you know, Loner right now, he's really proving himself. He said so many times when I've spoken to him that he is very nervous. He never really feels confident playing on stage, but here he is winning all of his matches.
He keeps winning, so apparently he's good enough. I got to say, you know, Loner, he doesn't always start off strong, but when it gets to the mid-game, he's flawless. Yeah. It's a perfect play. So that was a really awesome game. And I got to say, I think Loner might be the favorite for this entire tournament.
I mean, he is in the winner's bracket final. He will be up against the winner of White Raw versus Next Genius. And yeah, I think we have some more matches coming up soon.
We do, but first let's take a look at the bracket.